I want to talk to you.
Hey, you got some beefs.
Hit him up! Move out! Move him out!
We want to know what's bothering you in the world of sports. Give Murph a call at 312-644-6767. That's 312-644-6767. And tell him what's beefing you in the world of sports. What's Your Beef is brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering and BrownsChicken.com.
Oh, man, it's What's Your Beef? Fire up the phone lines. Got a couple lines open, but you've already been beaten to the punch by a bunch of fans. What's your beef? It's your opportunity to beef about anything in the world of sports. And as usual, the best beefs from you and the best beefs from me. Italian beefs at Brown's for lunch. It tastes better. You just heard a moment ago, Warren Sapp was on the score this morning. We're going to get heavy into more of that. How come they're not watching tapes up at Hallis Hall? Wow. A TNT stick lit by Warren Sapp, thrown at his old positional coach, Lovie Smith. I want to hear your sports beefs. Remember, a beef is a concept, something in general, not necessarily a person or the tool, if we do that on Friday. But usually on Tuesdays, what's your beef? Off yesterday was Murph, so today is what's your beef? Let's go to Bob from McHenry. He's got a sports beef. I know that. Hello, Roberto.
I'll leave that to you, Murph, to steal my thunder on Monday morning when you said, you went out with your lovely bride, 15th anniversary. Congrats, by the way. Congrats.
Oh, yes, thank you.
But, and you said, listen, we don't want to hear his name, all right? You did that whole bit.
Right, our quarterback is our quarterback, right.
I know, but hey, listen, I can hear Grossman all day.
Uh-huh.
When the fans, when you endear and revere somebody, it's Walter, it's Michael, it's Scotty, it's Mickey, I hate Rex. I hear Rex one more time. I mean, you have to accomplish something in your life and do something for your team before you're revered on a first-name basis. Do you agree?
Well, in other words, Michael.
Elvis.
How about Elvis?
There you go.
Even Oprah, if you will. Everyone knows who it is. You're right.
Yeah, even Michael.
Elvis. Oprah. Thanks for getting us rolling on what. Hey, Bob.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know. In fact, I like your beef. Hang on, buddy. You know, visit my friends at Brown's. It tastes better. Probably an Italian beef and Italian sausage. Put them together, you call it a combo.
Quarterback? Is our quarterback?
I got some emails from some of the great Murph listeners. Evidently, I was a little too esoteric, a little too over the top, a little too subtly ironic. It was Murph. How come you bashed Rex for an hour? I didn't bash Rex, if you were listening. That's why we didn't say his name. We were bashing the man who made the decision to bring him in, Jerry Angelo. Let's go next to Mike is on the south side of Chicago. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Murph.
Hey, what's your beef?
Hey, my beef is with NFL coaches that are too stubborn to make adjustments and change their scheme of things.
Well, do you think that of the 32 head coaches that do you think 16 or more are stubborn like that? Or do you think that that's a norm in the NFL? Do you think it's an odd coach that is so stubborn? What do you think the overall? We don't know. Just your opinion.
I think very few are stubborn.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they should listen to maybe what their players are saying also? You know what I mean? You got to have communication to listen to your players to find out if you have to be more flexible. I don't think they listen to the players either up there at Hallis Hall.
I don't think so either.
Mike on the south side. Thank you, buddy. The reason I say that, Ted Sundquist makes a weekly appearance on Mully and Hanley. He's a 15-year NFL general manager. Couple teams over there, right? I don't know, Browns, Broncos, whatever. That's irrelevant. 15-year GM NFL. And then he had a soundbite with Mully and Hanley on Monday that I'm going to play back for you. It's about a minute long, but here is the short little burst from Ted Sundquist, and he's talking about NFL teams in general. When the players start going to the press to complain.
We're looking to you for leadership, coaching staff, or front office. What are you going to do about it? And if there's not a good line of communication, then sometimes the only route that the players have is to respond to the media in the manner in which they appear to be responding right now.
There you go, right there. Why were the players going to the press? Because they are so frustrated, as our last caller just said, they're frustrated with the lack of flexibility by the coaching staff. It was a double whammy for Coach Lovie Smith, and we'll cover this in depth in the 1 o'clock hour. On the score was a double dose of TNT. Monday, the general manager who visits Mully and Hanley every week saying usually the reason that players go to the media is because they don't have a line of communication with their coaches. And today, Warren Sapp, who played 6 years at Tampa Bay under Lovie Smith, the defensive coordinator. He was the three-technique star tackle, the Tommy Harris guy, if you will. Without naming Lovie, he just lit him up for about 10 minutes today, and we'll replay those sound bites one by one on the score. But we'll return to What's Your Beef, my friends at Browns. Hey, here's what you do. Go to brownschicken.com and check this out, the $99 football party special. Here's what you can do. Have all your friends over for college football Saturday. Have all your friends over to your place for pro NFL football on Sunday. And you know what? You treat everybody. Browns will fix it all up for you. Just go to brownschicken.com. You can order the $99 football party special with your credit card. Pick it up yourself. They'll deliver for you, and you get everything for the whole gang. You get the 16 pieces of the great crispy Brown's Golden Chicken, the half pan of pasta, mac and cheese or mustard chili. Check this out, 2 pounds of Brown's Italian beef. You know that's the best. 36 pieces of spicy wing zings, the boneless spicy wings, the French bread rolls, the pepper giardiniera. You know what? You owe your friends a favor. You've been to their place. They've had you over. Just go to brownschicken.com. $99 football party special. Back to the second round of beefs right after this. Sports Radio 670. The Score. Look at the temperature, the weather. Going from air conditioning to heating. Big commercial, industrial heating, air conditioning jobs. My guys, the pros, thetowngroup.com. West Town, North Town, Southwest Town, Northwest Town. Thetowngroup.com. When money's like it is right now, the economy's like it is right now, preventive maintenance saves money. Big jobs. Go to thetowngroup.com.
Donovan, I've got your mom on the line, and she's got a major beef.
Oh, man, buckle up. It could be a bumpy ride. Welcome back. Second round of phone calls with Murph. What's Your Beef from Browns? By the way, this hour being brought to you by C-Stop, Chicago Stop Smoking Research Project. Give them a call at Research Project. Give them a call at 773-834-8654. And the beef lines are jammed. What's your beef? My friends at Browns, it's lunchtime. Look at 20 minutes to 1. You're thinking about where to go eat. You're out and about. You're in the car, sales guy. You're out with the kids. Browns, it tastes better. The Italian beefs, the authentic Chicago way that you've heard about all your life. An Italian sausage, you put them together, call it a combo. That's what Frank Portillo does. President of Browns. Me? I like the Maxwell Street Polish. Let's go. Next in line is Kevin is downtown Chicago. He's been most patient. Hello, Kevin.
How you doing, Mark?
Good, buddy. What's your beef?
My beef is the Bulls' lack of effort on defense last night. I mean, I watched this game. I was completely horrified, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, Andres Nocioni was quoted in the paper today saying they knew about the Hawks' fast break before the game, and he didn't know why anybody didn't do anything about it. And they obviously didn't. They got beat. And what I think it comes down to is this still a young team, lack of game preparation and leadership. I think someone needs to step it up, whether it's Luol Deng, Andres Nocioni, that somebody has to.
Well, let me ask you, and I do not disagree with anything you say, Kevin, and a well-paid player should obviously be ready. There might be some games in 82 where you got jet lag, you got travel. Kevin, listen to this. This is Ben Gordon after the game last night. Now listen to this.
They had too many layups, you know. Anybody's watching the game could tell that, you know, we weren't ready to play tonight. We weren't focused, So, I mean, that was pretty much the game right there.
We weren't ready to play. We weren't focused. Kevin, Ben Gordon said it for you. Now
I didn't hear that, actually. But
hey, good job. Hang on. You want to go visit my friends at Browns?
absolutely.
Absolutely. Hang on, my friend. How in the world do you say that? If you're Ben Gordon, even if it's true, which it apparently was if you watched the stinking game, why would you say that? Have that ready again, Jay Zawaski. Let me know if that's still racked up there. How can you say this, even if it's true?
They had too many layups, you know. Anybody was watching the game could tell that, you know, we weren't ready to play tonight. We weren't focused. So I mean, that was pretty much the game right there.
Well, they played 8, 9, 10 games, and they're not focused. Now, I know what you're going to say when I say, you know, the coach has something to do with this. Come on, Murph, these guys make a lot of money. They got to be self-motivated. I won't argue with you. But still, there's something wrong in that locker room, and there's something wrong in the Hallis Hall locker room, and we'll cover more of Warren Sapp just sticking it, without saying his name, to his old position coach from Tampa Bay, Mr. Lovie Smith. Let's go to Bob is in Elgin. He's on the score. Hello, Roberto.
It's Todd.
I'm sorry, Todd. How are you today? Are you in Elgin?
Yes, I'm in Elgin.
Well, I was half right. I had the town right. Todd's in Elgin, and he's got a beef. What's your beef, Todd?
It's a combo beef, Mark.
Okay.
It's between Babbage and Urlacher, okay?
Now, remember, this is not Tool of the Week. It's a concept. Your beef in general is what there, Todd?
I want to know why Urlacher can't ever call an audible on the defense.
The defensive scheming, which is what Warren Sapp. Did you have a chance, let me ask you, Todd, to hear any of Warren Sapp on the Mully and Hanley show earlier today, perhaps?
I heard every minute of it, Murph.
I have broken it down into about 7 or 8 little 10, 20-second bursts that I'm going to play around 1:15, and it was one of the most damning things I've ever heard. And Mr. Sapp...
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Mr. Sapp, he tried to play it up front, professional, politically correct. You know, he didn't actually call Lovie Smith out by name, but when you listen... right down the item by item by item, it's a terrible indictment of what's going on defensively from Mr. Smith and Mr. Babbage overall, Todd.
Right, Murph, and I want to know why that Urlacher just can't call an audible on Babbage. That's all I want to know.
Call one on Babbage. Thank you, Todd. Phone again.
All right, buddy.
I like the angle, buddy. I appreciate it very much. Let's go to Carphone Alex. What's your beef, my friends at Browns? Lunchtime beefs. Browns, beefs, Browns. Doesn't matter how you say it. It tastes better. Hello, Alex.
Hey, Murph. How you doing?
Fine, thanks. What's your beef?
My beef is with your sister station, WBBM. Now,
News? You mean News Radio 78?
Yeah, News Radio 78.
And you are now listening, by the way, to Muse Radio 670. Go ahead, my friend.
All right, I was getting ready, last night to get all set to watch the World Series of Poker tournament.
Oh, I mean, you and 7 others. I understand the ratings are in the old, what they used to call the pooper.
Yeah, but you know what? The basketball team's in the pooper, too, so I had something, I wanted to watch about something else.
Well, you know what? There's no reason to watch the... In fact, are you looking at... Alex, are you looking over my shoulder at my yellow pad right now? No, you're in the car, right?
Right.
My text question at 1 o'clock, Alex, was going to be this. If you wanted to say... The Bulls were so bad last night that instead of watching them, I blanked. What did you do last night? The Bulls are so bad last night, and instead of watching the Bulls, I blanked.
Well, you can use a different term for pooper.
No, you watched the World Series of Poker.
Right.
Go on. I've been interrupting you way too much. Go ahead.
But the sister station at around the 11:45 hour reported who won.
Uh-huh.
I don't think if it hasn't been shown on the air, I don't really think you should announce who's the actual victor. And that's like watching, knowing who wins the football game before you watch it.
I got a better idea. If I'm running a news operation, I don't think I spend any time on the god-darn world of poker. No offense to you, but no one's watching it. No, they put that on the news?
Yeah, can you believe that?
I can't believe. Well, I can believe it. Yes, hang on. You're gonna go visit my friends at Browns. It pays better. Jay, you know another thing that always amazes me? Over at our friends at News Radio 78. By the way, this is Muse Radio 670, where we do a little thinking. We try to. They'll be given the traffic which is fine.
We like the weather and leather.
No. Before the weather comes on, they do the traffic. And they'll say this. In Dwight, Illinois, there's a 2-car fender bender off to the side near the stoplight.
Yeah, we'll avoid Dwight on your way downtown.
Well, here's the thing. Of all the people listening to their news, there might be one guy listening in Dwight, and the key to that was by the stoplight. There's only one stoplight in Dwight, and they take time to put... Don't they understand that the guy on the Edens, or the Kennedy, or the Eisenhower, or the Steve... You asked Freddie Hubner later about him on the Stevenson. Yeah, Freddie, I happen to have Marshall McLuhan with me right here.
I'm right here.
How about when on traffic, on any chance? Doesn't have to be our friends.
That's usually where we tune in.
Doesn't have to be our corporate cousin, because they're all putting the traffic and weather on now at different times. How about when they go, and there's a fender bender in Dwight, Illinois, and the 2 cars are off to the side, so avoid the stoplight.
They say it all the time.
The stoplight. They only got one.
The East stoplight. It happens quite a bit.
How'd you enjoy your Stevenson yesterday?
Yeah, the Stevenson was wonderful. They said I turned the corner. It's at an hour and 40 minutes, and then the radio said an hour and 5, and then I took Sturmac to Ogden all the way home. It's a long trip.
These are supposed to be sports beefs, Fred.
Well, I'll make it a sports beef next time.
Back in a flash. See you later, Freddie. Back in a flash. Final round of beefers. Everyone on hold. You're going to be beefing. Hey, best beefs. Go get the best beefs in town at Brown's. Oh, it tastes better. You gotta see Jack.com. This might be the best time ever to buy that brand new Chevy, Jack Phelan Chevrolet. They have financing that fits all month long, access to hundreds of banks, ready to lend you money. Hey, you gotta see Jack.com. Everybody's beefing today. Moving. Who's disapproving? Oh, them little dogies. Welcome back. I just like saying dogies. It's Murph. It's What's Your Beef? Final couple calls. Hey, at 1 o'clock, Jesse Rogers. We're talking hot stove baseball, Cubs and Sox. And at 1:15 or so, it'll be some TNT sticks that we're going to light up and toss towards Hallis Hall. Not me, not you, Warren Sapp, and general manager for 15 years in the NFL, Ted Sundquist, comments on the score. Both fellas earlier this week. Let's go back to the phones and see what you are beefing about. Best Beefs win a trip to the Best Beefs at Brown's. Dan in Elgin. Hello, Dan.
Hey, Murph. How you doing?
Fine, Dan. What's your beef?
My beef is with the Bulls players. I'm getting sick and tired of watching them always undermine Derrick Rose when he starts taking over the point lead for the team. You got people that shouldn't be controlling the ball, bringing it up court.
Well, you're talking about Ben Gordon mostly, correct?
And Luol Deng.
And Luol Deng. How about Luol? I don't know why you would stick with the game. I watched it all last night. I watched it so you don't have to. How about Luol coughing it up 2 times in a row, turning it over late in the fourth quarter when they still had a chance to win the game?
And he has no business having the ball up that far on the court.
And Ben Gordon saying that the team wasn't prepared, even if it's true. Man, to say that 9 games in, you got trouble in River City. Dan and Elgin, good call, buddy. I appreciate your beef.
They had too many layups, Anybody's watching the game could tell that, we weren't ready to play tonight. We weren't focused. So, that was pretty much the game right there.
There's a home game last night. Let me ask you this. Hey, Jay Zawanski, during our next break in the action here, just Google up price of tickets for Bulls games, okay? Not secondary market, not eBay. Straight across the board. Sold out again last night. What's the low-end ticket up in the last row, the third balcony? Got to be still what? Low-end, I'm still guessing $20, maybe 30 low-end. Last row in the place, and down low, front row. So everyone that went to the game yesterday, if you reached into the pocket, or if you are a businessman or a business here in Chicago and you send some clients or friends or guests or your kids, it's always nice to know that whoever, paid for the ticket, it's nice to know that 9 games in, according to Ben Gordon, they weren't prepared or, they weren't into it. To use an old expression, we weren't really into it last night. Let's go to Ray's from Melrose. Hello, Ray.
Hey, Murph, how you doing?
Good. Hey, Ray, is that Melrose Park? Where are you calling from?
That's the one.
Oh, I love Melrose Park. Ray, what's your beef?
Well, I was wondering if you get a chance to get a hold of Swami Murph and ask him when I'm going to get my refund check from the Chicago National League Ball Club.
Refund check for what?
The postseason.
Oh, I happen to have Swami Murph. Hey, Swami Murph, I predict what they expect you to do is to roll that money over into tickets this coming year. Correct, Ray?
Yeah, but they asked us that when we sent it in, and you could check a box that allows you to do that, or to request a refund check.
Yeah, which I would strongly advise, and that's what you did. And you're wondering, hey, where's my dough, right?
Well, they probably got it locked into some small CD, and they're waiting for that maturity day to come up.
Heck, I'll come out to your house and give you this money.
Oh, I know that's not Sam Zell because he's sitting on your dough because he's what they call tapioca. He's a submarine. Ray, you might never see that money if they declare bankrupt. Well, they got too much cash flow. They have what they call free cash flow. You'll get the dough probably about, opening day, right? So they can sit on your dough.
Yeah, well, probably when they call me in January to put a deposit down, they'll just say, why don't you just apply it at that time?
Hang on. Hey, Ray, while you're waiting for that money, that refund, go visit my friends at Brown's and Italian beef and Italian sausage or the great, great gourmet chicken sandwiches. Have fun at Brown's courtesy of Murph instead of waiting for Sam Zell, okay, Ray?
Well, thanks a lot, Murph, because I don't think I can afford to buy anything anymore.
Well, I hear you. Go visit my friends at Brown's. Very economical and delicious lunches at Brown's. The $99 football party special. A winner for all your friends. Just call ahead with your credit card. Pickup or delivery. BrownsChicken.com. My final beefer of the day is Johnsburg. Going up north to J.C. Hello, J.C.
Good afternoon, Murph.
Hey, what's your beef?
My beef is with Lovie Smith's inability to admit when he's wrong. All week telling people there's nothing wrong with the scheme. The players don't have any problem with the scheme. Alex Brown has a problem with the scheme because he admitted the other day when he said this isn't working, we need to do something different.
Well, I tell you what, JC, you're sort of setting the table for me. In about 20 minutes or so, we're going to go in depth and listen again. If you're near the radio, stick around, buddy. Appreciate your call. It is TNT, a big old stick, and we're going to light it up, and we're going to play back for you what has been said on the score pertaining to the Chicago Bears. Hey, great fun today. And right now, lunchtime, you're hungry. It's Brown's. It tastes better. Beefs at Brown's. Italian beefs. It tastes better.
Thanks for participating in What's Your Beef. Join Murph for another edition of What's Your Beef. What's Your Beef has been brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering and BrownsChicken.com. All winners of the Mike Murphy Show are only eligible to win prizes once in a 60-day period.